Joining me. So today, after getting out of the shower, I checked the mailbox and my Ipsy bag was in. I was very excited for it. So my hair clip's driving me nuts again. I was very excited for it. And since I did get my hands on it before doing my makeup and all, I am wearing every single product that I received in the bag this month. So I'll show you what I got, and you'll get a chance to see how it looks, how it works. I do love the bag this month, almost as much as I love last month's black pleather bag. This is a really nice bag, nice color, nice material, and it feels as sturdy as last month's. This theme for this month was Spellbound. It says, Spellbound, the leaves have turned, the air is cooler. Nightfall starts a little sooner each day. Everything feels enchanted, mysterious, and different. We're so bewitched by this eerie time of year and all the change it brings that we're embracing our own transformations too. Spellbound was also the theme for my BoxyCharm this month, and I have to say BoxyCharm did do it better. But it seems to be the theme for the month of October. It says, the front of the card says, in my defense, the moon was full and I was left unsupervised. That would apply to me. But anyway, let's start with this. The one hair care product I got. It's the Marc Anthony Hydrated Coconut Oil and Shea Butter Hair Oil. And I used this after styling my hair because by the time I went down to the mailbox, I had already put a little bit of the Paul Mitchell Skinny Serum in my hair, and if I would have put any more oil in my hair on top of that, it would have looked really greasy and weighed down. So what I did after I was done styling my hair, I just took a tiniest amount of this, rubbed it between my hands, and then patted it over my head. And it did give my hair back the shine and everything. It gave it, a lot more shine than it had prior to applying this to my hair. Because using the hairspray took some of the shine out of using the Skinny Serum, and this gave it back, and it has a very, very pleasant smell. I can see me using this up very quickly. One of the suggested uses for this is that, to extend a blowout or second day hair, is to use the dry shampoo at the roots of your hair, and then this on the ends of your hair, and that's probably one of the ways I'll use it. And and then the normal way, it's just to apply with my thin fine hair. When I say a tiny bit, I'm talking smaller than pea-sized amount to damp hair before I blow dry it or curl it or whatever I'm gonna do that day. So that was nice to get, and it's a nice size sample too, since I use such a little bit at a time. That'll last me a little bit. The second thing I got, and I really enjoyed, is the Hey Honey Trick and Treat Active Propolis Cream Concealer with treatment benefits. And I got it in the shade Natural Tone for normal to dry skin. It's 8mm sample. I used this in place of my normal under eye concealer, and I really enjoyed it. It's actually something I will probably end up buying the full size of when I'm out of the sample. You see, the tube has such a narrow opening. It allowed me to put just the right amount in a perfect triangle shape, so none was wasted. I used my blender to blend it. It blended into my skin tone perfectly. It brightened up my under eyes. As you can see, it hasn't settled into creases. I have it on from here down to here, and then I had also put it on my eyelids. This was a really good concealer, and one of the benefits that it claims is that over time it actually treats your skin. It actually has long-term benefits for your skin as far as dark circles or under eye bags. But this concealer was really, really good. I will be using it until the sample is used up in place of my normal under eye concealer, and then probably going to purchase the full size. Might have to wait till after Christmas depending on how much, but that is definitely going to be a full size product purchase. The next thing we had, which I enjoyed this entire bag, so I guess instead of constantly repeating myself, I got the Smashbox Photo Finish Lid Primer in the shade Light to match my fair skin tone. Ipsy does a great job with really curating the bag to fit you. This is probably one of the best lid primers I've ever used. It's not like it has this kind of applicator, and the thing about it's not like the consistency of it, like if I put it on, like it's kind of thick, like it's not watery. So where you place it with your wand, like where you rub it in with your wand, it stays there. Like you don't have to use your finger to smooth it out. It goes on smooth. It's a very thick consistency to where like when I have it on, like I could tell exactly where it was on. Like it is in the shade Light, but it was made just dark enough to where it was to make the pigmentation of your eyeshadows more bright. And I won't know till towards the end of the day, but I have no doubt that this will keep my shadows on throughout the day. This is a very high quality lid primer. I'm really glad I got it. Again, it's a small sample, but don't need much for either eye. So it'll last a little bit. The one thing I can say about Ipsy is that, like, I've noticed over the past, like, 2, maybe 3 months, like, they've really been getting, like, more and more like skimpy on their sample sizes. They've been sending a whole lot less I'm lucky if I get a full size product in my bag. I really think they should step that up a little bit because they're going up against Sephora Play and BoxyCharm too. I mean, they're only $21 a month and you get like $140 of full size products. But anyway, this is about Ipsy. The next thing I got, and I love It Cosmetics. And I've had my eye on this for a little bit, but I didn't want to spend the money on it because I love my Coty Airspun Works. But I got the Bye Bye Pores Pressed Translucent Powder. It's airbrush silk pressed anti-aging finishing powder. It claims that it's silk pressed, it's airbrushing and a powder, blurs imperfections for a flawless finish, anti-aging with silk collagen and antioxidants, so it has long-term skin benefits as well, universal translucent shades for all skin tones. And so it came attached to this, so I unattached it. If I open it up, you'll see. I mean, it's a nice size sample. It's a small pan, but it's kind of deep. And so it will last a little bit. It came with, it came with this little powder, like, thing on top, which I didn't use. I was able to fit my, powder brush in there and apply it that way. And I did like the way it went on. I like the way it made my skin look after applying my, foundation and concealer. It did kind of like, I don't have a problem with big pores or anything like that. I have a couple like little fine lines here and there, but it does like blur, like it really does act as a blurring agent. Like if for somebody who did have big pores, like that they were maybe self-conscious about, it works very well. It leaves a very smooth canvas for to apply the rest of your makeup as far as highlighter, blush, anything else you choose to wear. So that worked really good for me. And this next thing I actually chose from the sample choosing program. One of the things you could choose was a Meech and Maya loose eyeshadow in either beige or purple color. I chose it in the beige. That's what I'm wearing on my eyelids. I don't know if you can see in this light. just on my eyelids, and then I did use a little bit underneath my eye. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful color that really, like, if I look in the mirror above me, like, it really pops, especially, like, in the light. Like, it's a beautiful color. There's the pan. I did use a mixing, like, mixing solution, whatever the hell it's called. I didn't use regular water, because the mixing liquid, whatever the hell technical name is, it really makes it stick to your eyelids all day long. This is a color that would be good as like a first transition color on your eye, but I really want you to get an idea of what it looked like on its own, and it's such a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous color. I'm glad I chose it. And then I did get one extra thing because I cashed in some points. I saw this was available, so I cashed it. One thing I can say about Ipsy, is that they really do have a good point system. Like, you get points every month just for being a member. You get points for sharing your glam bag spoilers. You get points for reviewing each product. You get points for sharing your glam bag. But they had the Dirty Little Secrets eyeshadow in the color bronze available, so I cashed in some of my points for this, and that's actually what I use. I don't know if you can I use just a little bit of this in the crease of my eyes to set off the Meech and Maya base shadow. It's a very pretty, see that on my finger? It's a very pretty color. I'm really glad I spent my points on it. It's gorgeous. It's a full size shadow. And just on a side note, I've heard a couple, and there's the Meech and Maya in beige, just by itself. No mixing medium. That's what it's called. Mixing medium. Blah, blah, blah. Just on a side note, I have been hearing rumors that with Ipsy, if you've been with them a while, you know that every month they have, like, the first 5 spoilers that come out, you can choose, like, they're the samples that you can actually choose from one if you choose to do so. And email Ipsy and say, this month I would like to receive the Meech and Maya eyeshadow in beige in my Ipsy bag. And I really like that program because, as another person stated, when you look at the first 5 spoilers, and like, there's only been 1 or 2 months I haven't used the program, because the rest of the months I'll look at the other 4 and be like, that they're not things I'll use, so I'll email them and choose, the one sample I will use. And so that's been great. At least I know for a fact I'll get one thing in my bag, like, for sure, that I'll like and use on a regular basis. And there's a rumor going around that they're thinking about ending if not ending the program, then making it something you have to pay extra for. And I know in my case, I would not be willing to pay 1 cent extra to choose one of my freaking samples. Now, as another girl stated, if I was choosing a full size product and there was something in those 5 products that was full size that I really had my eyes on, then I might consider paying extra that month to choose that sample. But definitely not. I really hope that Ipsy does not get rid of this program or makes it like an extra charge to take part in the sample picking program. I've heard, like, I've seen some people post that they were denied, like, their sample choice for this month. So, like, they got an email back saying we no longer offer that. But when I sent my sample choice email, and they sent me one right back saying, okay, I'll make sure it's included in your October bag. So it could be just a rumor. You know how that goes, especially on social media. I'm really, really hoping that it is just some fucking idiot that don't know what they're talking about. But that's the Ipsy bag for this month. I was really, really, really pleased with it. They, even though like the products seem to be getting smaller and smaller, they're really good. They'll last a decent amount of time. And I did find one product that I will choose to buy in full size, and it was a good bag. So the reason I didn't do this with the Sephora bag is because the delivery with Ipsy and Sephora have been very inconsistent the past few months. So I can never know when to expect them. Even their tracking is off. Like I wasn't, according to tracking, I wasn't even supposed to get this until about Tuesday, but it came today. Sephora site saying it hasn't even shipped my bag out yet, so we don't know. I'll unbag my Sephora separately, like I did with Ipsy and BoxyCharm. And then on that video, I'll decide between Sephora and Ipsy which one won that month. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you for the Sephora Play unboxing. I hope you got an idea of the products, how they look, how they work. And you have a wonderful day. Can't wait to see you again.